they don't really have like their close-knit family, and maybe the friends that they grew up with are not with them here anymore in the new city. And if they don't find people who they connect with, then they might feel lonely. Maybe
when people come to these big cities, they don't come here to make it their home. They're like, here I have an opportunity. Next, in a few more years, if they get a better opportunity elsewhere, they'll just keep shifting.
Until you sort out the things within you, even if you are among a crowd or all by yourself, you'll still feel the same way.
I'm lonely right now because people don't understand where I'm coming from anymore. So I think that understanding from others, if you stop getting that,
welcome to another episode of Squaretable Conversations, where we talk about topics that matter and give you our take on it. And today we're going to talk about, are people more lonely in cities or in smaller villages and towns?
Loneliness is just a state of mind. You can be lonely in the city or in a village, but or you can be fulfilled even if
anywhere.
Yeah, you can be fulfilled anywhere. There can be people who prefer solitude. They don't want to be with a lot of people and everything.
The choice is in your hand.
Yeah, the choice is basically in your hand. The only thing is, I feel if you are surrounded, it doesn't matter whether you're surrounded with so many people. You should be surrounded with people who actually care or matter. Because, for example, I don't have many friends in my office actually. There are thousands of people who I don't even know.
Very surprising for your character.
I'll be like, okay, it's just so boring. You just go there. You just have you have colleagues. You can just talk to them for some time, just about work and everything, but you don't really feel connected with them. You cannot go beyond a certain level. Or I don't know, I might have not given it so much time because I have a hybrid work, this thing, and it's far away from home, so I just go stay there for an hour. So I even though there are so many people, there is a chance of feeling, I don't really have friends. I'm just pretty lonely. But there's this small setting you go to, but you connect with everyone. You will just feel, it doesn't matter, you'll just feel really happy there. So yeah, that's basically how you feel. If you're connected more with people in cities, if you're that sort of a person who you like to just keep going out, just talk to anyone and everyone, you'll feel that city is a more happening place. On the other hand, maybe towns, in smaller towns, people might feel that everyone is very connected and close-knit, but some people might feel like, they don't have their personal space. So that can also be a thing there. So what do you guys feel?
I think the reason why people say they feel a little more lonelier in cities is because just the kind of culture that's here. Like, for example, in apartments, sometimes people say, I haven't even seen my neighbor. They would have lived there for like months or years, and they wouldn't even have interacted much with their neighbor. They just know, okay, this person lives there. I've seen them a couple of times while they go out, when they come in, whatever, and that's it. But they've never really interacted or connected beyond a point. But in other cases, there are people where it's like a family. Like, the whole apartment is like a community, and people are like very closely connected. There are events that are taking place, like, celebrations for festivals, and people are very involved. So again, it's kind of subjective, but again, it's up to you whether you want to go and participate in that celebration or not. If you go and participate, you will become friends with people, you will interact with people, you will be part of that social setting, that gathering, and you will feel like you belong there. And that time you won't feel lonely. But you can choose to not attend any of those. You can choose to be within your own house, within your four walls. You might prefer that also sometimes. So again, it's kind of subjective, and I think the other thing is many times people move to the cities for their work, and their family is left behind in a town or some other city or anything like that, and they move to a new city for their work, and in that case they don't really have like their close knit family, and maybe the friends that they grew up with are not with them here anymore in the new city. And if they don't find people who they connect with, then they might feel lonely. Maybe it's just that they're going to work, they're coming back, and then they don't really feel that connect here anymore, and they somewhat feel like they don't have anyone here, or they don't feel that they're at home, that feeling that they're at comfort, and they sometimes tend to feel like there's no one with them. But again, that's even when they're going to office, you can connect with your colleagues, you can make friends there, but maybe it's not the kind of setting. Maybe colleagues don't want to connect beyond a point, so you haven't really made friends with them, so you feel that disconnect. You don't have your friends, and your family is back somewhere in some other place, and you are left alone in the city feeling lonely, like you don't really have anyone here, or you don't really belong. So I think that's my take on this.
Yeah, so I've seen many. I mean, when you both were talking, I could just recall some examples of this, and people might have. Sometimes people also have some masks on them. They might have many friends, but they might still be lonely inside because they might not be happy with themselves, or they might be going through some mental health issues. We don't know. There are many people like that nowadays, and they only and we can only make the difference, make out this difference when they talk to different set of people. Like with one set of people, maybe at office you are just friends with everyone and you just talk surface level with them, you don't have deep conversations. And then when they are interacting with some other friends, they might have some deep conversations, they might not feel that lonely. So it's like, I think people, it's about a sense of belonging to one set of people, or one group, or one maybe the same thought process or something, that they feel I belong to this group, or I belong to this this kind of person can be my friend or something. Only then people open up and they tend to feel less lonely, or tend to come out of their shell. I feel so. And sometimes it's also assumed that there's another face to this. It's also assumed that if someone is not talking to everyone, or if someone is not that involved with everyone, people tend to think that he's quiet and he's lonely. He or she is lonely, but that might not be the case. That person might enjoy their own company. They might be so sorted on the inside that they don't want to talk to anyone, or they might have very selective 3 or 4 friends with whom they connect better, and they only want to talk to them. So I think there are different aspects to that.
Yeah, okay.
Like you said, that it's all about belonging. That is when they don't feel, lonely. When they feel like they belong to something. When people come to these big cities, they don't come here to make it their home. They're like, here I have an opportunity. Next, in a few more years, if they get a better opportunity elsewhere, they'll just keep shifting. They almost, it's more
Wanderers.
yeah, that's how they become. So that might be a reason that they might feel lonely. Earlier, at least, people would move in groups from one place to another. They would be belonging to that group, but only the place would keep changing. Here, it is like individuals moving from one place to another. They won't give that opportunity to make it their home. And earlier, if you see, like, so many like 2-3 generations back, these surnames that people would have, one, like, they would include the name of the city that they belong to, or like the town, or basically the place they belong to, that would be included in their name, their initial. So that would ensure, like, a person would know this is where I belong to. Maybe it's different if they don't feel connected, but at least from earlier, during childhood or initial years, they would know that they belong to some place. But now you can't really put an initial to anyone's name that they're from this place, because people keep shifting here and there.
Okay, so according to me, I think loneliness itself, that idea is mostly. Now, you guys spoke about belonging, right? Family, people who have family. But I also feel like some people still feel lonely even if they have everything that they want. Now, that is a state of mind or a mental state. Like she said, there are reasons why that happens. You might not be satisfied with the way you're living your life, with the way you are in general, or how you're comparing your life to your peers or people around you. That might put you in a state of mind where you think your life is going nowhere. And even though there are people who are there to back you, support you, push you, you still feel I don't know, something that's lacking in it, and that comes from within. So it doesn't matter where you are, it's until you sort out the things within you, even if you are among a crowd or all by yourself, you'll still feel the same way. So loneliness is mostly something that people need to, you know, take care of on their own, than being a dependent on an outside or an external world, because that obviously is not in your control and it keeps changing. So the day you feel content with yourself, or just happy being with yourself, I think it doesn't matter where you are or who you are with, it'll all be fine. So yeah.
True. So when you said that, when I forgot that statement that you made, but very true that you should sort out things within yourself, because when people, okay, until a certain age, if I have to speak about myself, until a certain age, I really did not feel lonely in my own house, because I felt okay, people understand me, they are concerned about me, they always have my back. That's how I felt until a certain age. After that, I started feeling like, okay, I'm lonely right now because people don't understand where I'm coming from anymore. So I think that understanding from others, if you stop getting that,
Right.
you'll start
Being so
feeling
dependent on somebody else.
yes, yeah, if you're dependent, and it just happens, it's not like someone has that intention of being dependent on others. We are all very social, so we tend to depend on others for validation or understanding, that basic understanding that okay, this person is like this, so let's just let them be, like give them their freedom, or let's just love them however they are.